I live here.
That's great. So you like France better than Australia?
Yes, definitely. Yes.
All right then. Last album is from 2018, which is quite a long time. So what have you done since, and did the new album took that long to create?
I mean, that's a difficult question, really. I think most musicians, it's rare that you get musicians that only do music, you know. And especially, I'm almost 40, so it's not just a question of work. It's a question of, you know, starting a family, buying a house, living life as humans do, you know.
Yeah.
So that time in between has been delayed a little bit by little. You know, there's like 2 years between albums at the beginning because you're young and you don't have anything else better to do. And as time progresses, you know, it becomes 3 years and then 4 years because, you know, like I'm renovating a house that I bought, or, you know, I'm living a family life, you know, I'm trying to make a baby and then I've got a baby now.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
you know, like it's kind of that idea. It's not because I didn't have the inspiration or it's like I just didn't have the time and I didn't think about it. I'm like, well, I'm busy doing this. There's only 24 hours in the day, and there you go. COVID actually gave me a lot of time.
Yeah, sure.
This is this album that just came out. It's a bit of a COVID baby, like so many others, like my real child as well. She's a COVID baby. So you know, like when you've got the time, then yeah, you can actually focus on it and get that done. But it was a bit of an adventure because I wrote the album by myself, and then I mean I worked with Tom on one of the tracks, and kind of found a new band to tour with, because over the years touring, when some of your bands in Australia, one of them is in Japan, one of them is trekking around Asia and then Africa, and he's difficult to locate. It was becoming a pain in the ass to organise tours. Like the album in, was it 2018? I think we did 4 dates.
All right.
To support that album. Fucking fantastic, you know. I mean, it's ridiculous. Obviously, the fans, they bought the album, they want to see it live.
Yeah.
We do 4 dates. I think one of them was at a festival as well, so we're only playing like 50 minutes. It's a pain in the ass, you know. It breaks your heart. It pisses off the fans, and I was like, well, this has got to stop, you know, like. Because to organise international flights, it's expensive and it's just stupid. So that's why I took all musicians from Europe. Because organising somebody to come from Italy to France, it's much more simple than organising somebody to come from Australia, and cheaper as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's why there was the delay.
Okay.
But now I imagine, now that we're all here. We've already played more dates this year than we did in 2018, and we've got more dates to come. We're going to announce more dates for early next year. We have the opportunity and the ability to to do albums more quickly, to play more festivals, to play more gigs, to do more music.
To come back to what you said, I mean, you wrote the whole album alone.
Yes.
So did the other...
Except for Funny Farm, I wrote that with Tom.
Okay. So did the other musician participate in the composition, or they just learned the songs?
Yeah, they learned the songs. I
right.
wrote the parts, give them the parts, and there you go. Obviously, everybody brings their own flavour to the
Yeah,
to
normally
the
that's what's happening.
But I mean, that's how it works, you know. Like I don't know, the Berlin Symphony Orchestra is very different to the London Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
They're playing the same music, but they're different musicians. Everybody's got their own flavour. They bring something to the table, and yeah, I mean but that's how Koritini's always worked in the past. Anyway, it was always back in the day. It was always either me and one of the guitarists or the other guitarist. Yeah. Like, and we'd hand out the parts. These are the songs. This is how it's going to go. I'm the producer. I'm in the studio, and I'm like, okay, there you go. This is what we're doing.
All right. Okay.
So it's not really a change from what's going on in the past. It's fucking golden. Tom Fremont, I've been working with him for a good, I think 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
He's a mainstay. He's amazing. Michaud, he's a genius musician. I mean, at the basis, he's a guitarist, but he's like, yeah, I'll play bass. Like, why not? It's going to be fun to play the music. So no, I think this format will stick around.
Okay. So you made only one video, a live video. Would you make much more to promote this album?
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, it's back to that question of time.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, do we block out 3 days to do a video?
Okay.
Do we spend 3 days playing live gigs?
Mm-hmm.
I know which one I voted for, and I'm like, well, can we play some gigs?
Okay.
Like, it's always a question of timing, and we have plans potentially for doing another video, but we'll see what happens, you know.
said you live now in France for a long time, but I saw that you have few dates in October and then in December.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do between? Are you planning an other tour in Europe or just?
No, I think I'll be doing what I'm normally doing. You know, like spending time with the family. You know, like I'm looking at buying a new house, so you know, like I'm sure you've bought a house before, and doing house visits, it takes time and it's a pain in the ass, but has to be done. So no, yeah, but we've definitely got numerous more dates coming up next year. So
you will do a European tour, or you don't know?
Potentially, maybe not. I mean, everything's a question of timing, you know. Like, I mean, one of the reasons why I'm happy with this format is we can go away for 3 days and then come back.
Okay.
I'm not really, you know, like, I'm 40 next year. I've got a family. I've got a daughter. I'm not really in the mood to be like, oh yeah, okay guys. I mean, you're 1 year now. I'll see you when you're 1 year and 8 months. I'm going on the road. I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, no, I mean, I'd like to go away for 3 days, play some cool gigs, come home and fucking relax and do my normal routine, you know, like have the barbecue, have the fucking jacuzzi, relax at home. I don't want to be on the road for, you know, like fucking 2 or 3 months at a time.
Quelque chose pour Mathieu, s'il te plaît.
Changed a few times. What do you think about the labels today? But
we've only changed once.
Only once, okay.
We were with at the beginning. We had Bad Reputation, and then we signed with Very Records, and I believe we were actually the first band to sign with Very Records, which is fun, you know, because before that they started as Very Show, doing like promoting gigs and that sort of thing. And yeah, their record label part, we were actually the first band to sign with them. So that's fun, and we're still with them now. I mean, they're a great bunch of people. They get the job done, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
And do you search for the live dates yourself, or the label is doing for you?
The label obviously participates, and my manager gets that done. I'm normally busy, you know, eating foie gras and having jacuzzis, you know. So no, I'm the music side, production of music, you know, like producer, recording, all that sort of stuff. Obviously performing, but yeah, no, for the booking and everything else, there's a reason I have a manager, because I'm not going to be doing that. I have difficulty responding to emails that are 3 months old, so you know, like I have difficulty booking.
That's not your stuff.
Booking a hotel, you know, for a holiday. So.
Okay, well, let's talk about much more about you because you sing and you're playing guitar. Do you have a favorite guitar? A Tread or
Like a favorite guitarist?
no, your guitars.
Well, actually, if you're here tonight, you'll see I've got the Steinberger.
All right.
And I just I left that in Australia when I left Australia like 15 years ago, and my father just brought it over because, as you well know, if you import guitars, even if you have the proof of purchase, this and that, the French government, they love taxes. They're like, oh no, you have to pay tax on that. So, but if you bring it on your person, then it's fine. So I finally got my Steinberger back. And that's just, and I mean, it's a masterpiece of a guitar. It's in the New York Modern Art Museum. Okay. I love that. It's very unique.
That's your favorite guitar?
I mean, it's my favorite because I just got it back. I've got a Gibson U2 as well, which is a rare guitar. It was only produced between, I think, 88 and 92. That's a very, very nice thing to play. I've got a Stratocaster at home. I've got numerous SGs. It really depends what I'm playing, what sound I want. Like on stage, generally, there's a subtle difference between guitars. You know, I mean, unless you go from a humbucker to a single coil, the sound is kind of there. You know. But if you're in the studio, then yeah, I'll be reaching for different guitars, or I'll call up a mate. I'm like, oh, could I borrow this? Could I borrow that? Because recording, obviously, is much more specific and, you know, surgical. Okay. And then it depends the song, depends the sound I want, and at any given moment, if I find the sound I want, well, that's my favorite guitar for right now. But you can't just have one guitar for everything. Otherwise, everything ends up sounding the same. Recording, and you know, some people like that. I don't. I prefer a little bit of subtlety through the recording process. Okay. But no, definitely for fingers on the frets, I think the Steinberger it's a piece of genius because it's made out of carbon fiber. It's got a graphite fretboard. It's so easy to play. Like, and it's weird because like I use like the gauge of strings, like they're quite thick strings. I use like 10s or 11s. All right. And on the Steinberger, it feels like you're playing Angus Young's guitar. It feels like 8s. Like it's just, it's bizarre. Like it's normal tuning and it's so easy to play. So. No, I wouldn't. Like maybe for shoes. if I can get a Reebok pump endorsement, that'd be nice. But no, being endorsed by guitars, no, because I like to use different guitars. Yeah. So no, I'd be like no. I mean, actually, anybody's listening, I'd like a string endorsement. That'd be nice because guitar strings, they're expensive and annoying, and you know, maybe guitar picks. But no, like for... Is there a tread you prefer with the strings, or any would just fit for you? Yeah, actually, like I don't care. I know so many guitarists are like, they're like, oh, you know, like these strings are better than those, and I'm like honestly, like the way I play, like I'm like a fucking caveman when I play. I'm like, I can't tell the difference, you know, like. And even recording, you know, I've tried expensive strings, I've tried cheap strings. I'm like, if they're new, it fucking sounds the same. Like, I got good ears, you know. Like I produce the records, and I'm like, honestly, I can't tell the difference. And you know, I got fucking gorilla hands, so it's not like no, these strings they feel like the feeling is better. I'm like, well, I don't feel shit, you know. So no, like honestly, like I just. You prefer shoes? Yeah, I just buy strings and whatever, you know, like as long as they're new and they sound fresh. Well, there you go. That's okay.
So you sing and you play, as I said. So do you teach, or and how do you keep up with your voice and your playing? Do you?
I don't actually. So like playing guitar, all the information is in the head,
Okay.
but unfortunately, your hand forgets. And basically, before recording or writing, you know, like there's a good month or 2 months where like your brain's going like this and your hands like, fuck you. Okay, so it takes me about a month and a half to get the skills back. And it's the same for the voice.
Okay.
I take the time, it's like, okay, you know, like, stop drinking so much coffee, you know, don't smoke so many cigarettes, fucking don't drink so much alcohol, drink more water, avoid too much chocolate and sugar that coats the throat, and then, yeah, and do practice. And it's just so annoying, you know, like, I've always hated practicing, you know, like, if you're in front of people performing, it's great, because there's a point.
Yeah, of course.
And there's an adulation.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so this is good. But if you're in your bedroom, you know, like, just shouting at the teddy bears, you know, like, fuck, oh, crap, the teddy bears, they don't applause.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay.
And no
yeah,
reaction.
yeah. Your dog's looking at you like, what the fuck are you doing, you know, like, yeah, I got a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, and she can be aggressive, you know. I start singing, and she's like, "Fucking, what's going on? So, who are we gonna fight?" I'm like, no, it's all right. Okay, sorry, darling, I'm gonna have to put you downstairs, you know. So yeah, but like, but it doesn't take so long to get it back, you know.
Okay.